Welcome to this week's live Monday motivation. This one's particularly exciting, and I'm going to get right to the most important point, which is if you haven't registered for the anxiety-free performance through simple practice live training that's going to be starting an hour from now, then you should absolutely do that. Go to quickstartclarinet.com/simple. That link's also in the description. It's going to be an incredible training. I've been going over it like crazy this weekend to give you all the best value and the most benefit to your clarinet journey that I can from this. So check that out if you're available in about an hour. I'm also going to be streaming it to the Quick Start Clarinet YouTube channel. So if you're available, you can check it out there as well. It's going to be awesome. Nobody should miss it. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into the Monday music motivation. Several people said that they really enjoyed this last week when I did it. So I'm glad that this is interesting to you all. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun and really enjoyable. And I've already gotten a lot of benefit out of it. So just to recap real quick, what I was doing is in my plan, I decided that I was going to work on pages 4, 5, and 6 from the Copeland Clarinet Concerto, get that going really well. I scheduled some time to do it and I stuck to my time. So I'm feeling good. And I want to know how you all did as well, sticking to your plan and actually committing to take that action. And it was awesome. This was like some of the most productive practicing I've had in a long time. Again, I spend a lot of my time just practicing and playing, but when I don't have like a performance that I'm gearing up for or something like that, it's easy to just sort of go through the motions. And yes, I'm playing the clarinet well, but I'm not always like learning the music super well. And that was something that was a little bit of a shift because I had this really concrete goal to get these several pages going really well and doing it with the metronome and having specific time to work on it. It was the most productive practice I've had in a long time, which felt really, really good. And to go in and get those details and get everything worked out. And that sort of brings us to what I want to talk about today, which is this idea of reflecting on what you're doing. What I just did was a good example of reflection and actually observing what I did, how I was able to plan the practice and do it and commit to it, and the results that got. And I think that's a really important thing that a lot of us skip over in all phases of our playing, whether it's learning, like playing the clarinet, doing your warm-ups, or actually learning a piece of music, or planning the music, or actually in your practice when you're on a specific piece, is we don't spend enough time reflecting. We just sort of play something and then play it again and then play it again. And sometimes we maybe have a tiny bit of reflection where we play a measure and we're like, oh, nope, that wasn't good. Play it again, wasn't good. Play it again, wasn't good. Play it again. I guess that was good enough. I'll go on. And that is reflection, but it's not very productive reflection. And that's what I want to sort of get into here, is how to be more productive and actually use that reflection time to get a benefit out of it. There's the somewhat famous quote that's probably misattributed to Einstein, but it says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And that's kind of what you're doing when you play through and you're like, oh, it was bad. Play it again, bad, play it again, bad. And you're just doing the same thing over and over and hoping it's going to get better. But it's not going to get better unless you reflect and do something deliberately different. And that's the power of reflection, is you can play through something. And yes, your first thought might be like, that wasn't as good as I wanted. But then you can go a layer deeper and say, what could I do better? What needs to be different? Maybe the rhythm wasn't exactly precise, or you didn't feel in control of the rhythm. Maybe you played a wrong note and you just need to look at the note pattern a little bit. When you go that layer deeper in your reflection, then it becomes crystal clear what you need to work on next. So that's my big sort of very quick tip. That's my plan for these, is just give you one little nugget to sort of be exploring throughout the week. And then most importantly is I want you to fill out your practice plan. So you can see mine from last time. Oh, I forgot to change the mirroring of the video. Let's see if I can do that in real time. Video. Oh, look at that. Now I think you can read that correct, hopefully. Yeah, I think that's right. So that's what I did last time. You can see I didn't actually schedule like every single day that I had to practice, but I actually found that I had plenty of time with just what I scheduled there. I actually got through more than I was planning on. So when you practice efficiently and effectively, you can do a lot more. So fill out your template. Again, there's links in the description of this to go to quickstartclarinet.com/get started to get access to the members area. Or if you already have access to the free members area, you can go to quickstartclarinet.com/login or /library. And that link's in the description as well. And you can download this actual template. Or of course, you can just sort of follow this template on a blank sheet. It's not too fancy or anything, but I'm going to go ahead and continue for this one. So the date is the 19th. And for the reflection, which is the first important part, I already talked about that a little bit, that like having the time felt really good for me personally. And then setting your goal and setting your plan. So my goal for next time, I think I'm going to keep working through the Copeland, but I'm going to have two goals because it's really important. I think as you're working on anything, it's always good to be doing new stuff and reviewing and refining old stuff. So I'm going to say pages, let's see, we went up to 6. Let's say pages 7 and 8. Hold on, let me actually pull up the music for myself too. And you can be sort of thinking through this yourself as well. So let's look at what pages 7 and 8 are. Did that one. Page 7. Oh, I actually did already do page 7 too. That was one of the extra things that I got ahead with. So I'm going to do page 8. That one should be pretty okay. Page 9. I'm going to just say 8 and 9 because 9 in particular is pretty challenging. So I'm going to do pages 8 and 9 really effectively this week. And then I'm also going to review 4, 5, 6, and 7 so that I have that reviewing and refining and putting that together, and then also the new stuff. And it works out perfectly when you're planning your actual practice, when you have this idea of some new stuff and some reviewing and refining. One practice session, you do the new stuff. The next practice session, you do the reviewing and refining, or you can even do some of both in each practice. I typically recommend doing the new stuff more early in your practice while your brain is still fresh, and then you sort of test yourself in the review when your brain's a little bit more tired, like it might be in a performance. So hopefully that's helpful. Again, the most important part of these Monday music motivations is not the little nugget I give you. Yes, that's going to be helpful, and that can provide progress in some direction for you and something maybe new and interesting to think about, or maybe something old and interesting, but still a good thing to refresh and think about. But the most important thing for you to be doing from these is filling out your practice plan, getting that weekly goal sorted out so that you know what you're doing. And again, every time you accomplish a weekly goal, then that's something new that you've done, something more that you know how to play, something more that you're comfortable and confident with, and you're training your brain to just keep tackling the next goal and tackling the next goal. And next thing you know, you will have tackled hundreds and thousands of goals and be in a completely different place with your clarinet playing than where you started. So I'm going to end this now. Go fill that out. I will see you hopefully in an hour. You're going to be crazy to miss this. Again, I've been a little crazy promoting this, telling you about it all the time. And I really appreciate your patience with this. It is, though, something that I think is going to be incredibly valuable, and I'm going to give it my all to share as much valuable information as I can there. And that's why I've been so crazy about promoting it, because I think it's going to be an awesome training, and I think you're crazy to miss it. So if you're available in an hour at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, check either the Quick Start Clarinet YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch it there for sure. Or you can also still get registered at quickstartclarinet.com/simple. And if you aren't already registered, or you aren't available at 10 a.m. to watch it live, you can still get registered at quickstartclarinet.com/simple and be able to get the replay. And I think you'll be able to register and get the replay all the way up through the end of the event. So feel free to still go to that link, quickstartclarinet.com/simple. It's in the description, and you can get registered for that to get the replay or to join in the Zoom. I think the Zoom is probably going to fill up, but if you get on a few minutes early, it'll guarantee that you're one of those first 100 people in, so that you can be in the Zoom if you want. Or of course, it'll be on YouTube, and it'll be very similar, if not identical, experience on Zoom or YouTube. So don't worry about which place you end up. But again, you're going to be crazy to miss it. I'm so looking forward to seeing you all there, whether it's on video in Zoom, without video in Zoom, or just in the chat on YouTube. I think it's going to be a great training. So check that out. And I will see you all in 49 minutes now.